Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new over here, like this is your first time, you're definitely welcome. My name is Fiona Akinyi, better known as Akinyi's Main, on YouTube and on Instagram. And if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for your constant love, for your constant support. I do not take this for granted. I'm very, very grateful. So this is one of those chit-chat videos where I get to do my makeup but also do a voiceover and open up my heart to you guys. I hope you're ready, or rather you're going to accept what is in my heart. Yeah, I know it sounds funny, but I'm being serious. So I give up. I'm done. I throw in the towel. That's what I want to talk about today. And just in case you're wondering why I'm doing a voiceover as opposed to talking in real time, if I talk in real time, I'll talk till the end of time. No one has time for that, yeah? So let me tell you about my life or my experience with this whole thing of giving up or quitting, yeah? So in 2014, there was this advertisement on TV, KTN to be precise. That's they were advertising for auditions for the presenter, if that makes sense, yeah? They were advertising for the auditions of the presenter show on KTN TV or channel, yeah? And if you're not Kenyan, so KTN is basically a mainstream media channel here in Kenya. And so the presenter show, or rather the auditions, were just an audition trying to get people who KTN, or rather the media station, felt like these were people who had qualities worthy of a TV presenter, if that makes sense, yeah? And so if you've watched my video on my Q&A, which I think I posted like 3 weeks ago to a month ago, you know that I have, should I say, a background in media, or should I say I studied communication, yeah? So I was a freshman in the year 2013, and around that time when I joined communication school, most people used to say that freshers, or rather freshmen, have this thing of wanting to become TV presenters, which I think it's still a thing, or maybe it's just someone's dream, and it's, they're worth their dream anyway. It's worthy, really. So really, that's what I wanted, yeah? So back to the auditions. The auditions were, or rather the advertisement was done in 2014 of December, but then the thing really started in January of 2015. And I remember very well, that was 10th of January of 2015, because 10th of January is my birthday. So I went for the auditions on 10th of January. And my friend Joy took me to the auditions. So she wasn't really going for the auditions. She was just my moral support, if that makes sense, yeah? And 90% chance she's watching this video right now, I'm guessing. 90% chance, yeah. Hi Joy, if you're watching. So to cut the long story short, I went for the auditions, but I didn't pull through. And I had a mixture of feelings when it came to the results, really. So I was excited. Okay, first of all, I was devastated because I didn't pull through. But at the same time, I was excited, or rather, not really excited, but I was just feeling okay or happy that I did it, even though I didn't pull through. Like, I was okay with that, yeah? So fast forward to 2016, which was my last year in school. So around that time, I applied for jobs in so many media-related organizations. Like, I sent my resume to so many organizations. That was in 2016 through to 2017, but nothing showed for it, yeah? So I either didn't get responses from the companies, or if they did, they told me that I didn't pull through even after an interview, yeah? So by this time, I'm sure you're wondering, like, why am I sharing my experience with you, or how is it even related to the title of this video? Going to school from 2013 through to 2016 made me realize that I wasn't really tailored for an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5 job, if that makes sense. Like, inwardly in my heart, even if I didn't say it out loud, I realized that I didn't really want that kind of a job. And I also remember at that time I used to go to school early in the morning, and my mom would go to work, so we'd go together, and I'd tell her, like, I don't even, like, one thing I know for sure is I don't want a job that, like, to get employed. I didn't really know what I wanted in my life then, but one thing I knew for sure is that I didn't want to be employed. I didn't want an 8 or a 9 to 5 job, and I couldn't even imagine my life, or rather my future, like that. Yeah. So the only reason I sent the job application to companies for a period, or rather a long period of time, is because naturally that is what is expected of me by my parents, by the society, and the only reason I did that is because I was avoiding a scenario where one day I'd meet a former schoolmate or even a relative, and they'd want to know what's up with my life. In fact, the question is usually, uko wapi siku hizi? Yeah, if you're Kenyan, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then if they ask me that, I'd end up cringing and not know exactly what to do or say, because my life didn't seem put together. Yeah. I did it for all those who wanted to know where my life, or rather where I'd been hired, just so that I could please their ears. But inwardly, I knew I would never it would never really make me happy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm done. I give up. I'm done with trying to please people's ears and instead please my heart. I give up trying to live up to people's expectations and instead choose to live life as per what makes me tick, as per what my heart wants, as per what my mind wants. And maybe at this point, there's someone who's judging me for being a people pleaser. Even going for the auditions that I've just talked about, it was just me trying to make moves that would help me get to where I'm expected to be, if that makes sense. But right now that I look back, I'm just like, I knew for a fact none of those things made me happy. I'm being very honest, even going to school then, I remember we'd do classes like audio production, video production, and by the time you get to third year, someone would ask you, now that you're in third year, what do you think? Like, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself on TV, or do you see yourself on radio, or do you see yourself in print? And obviously, because you're in third year, in a way, people expect you to kind of get to know where you're going. And if someone would ask me that question at that time, the only reason I'd have an answer is because I had a rough idea. So I'd say I want to work in radio, not because I wanted to become a radio presenter, but just because in my mind and with my experience with radio production class and TV production class, radio seemed easier. So I'd end up saying, I want to work with radio or work for radio. Yeah. But in my heart, none of those things made me happy. My school fees had already been paid, so obviously I have to seem like I have a direction. But in my heart, for sure, I knew none of the stuff that I did in school made me happy. Yeah. And so that's why I'm saying, it's not like I'm giving up now, but it's taken me a while to be okay with the fact that only choosing me makes me happy. Only choosing what makes my heart happy will give me a peace of mind. So that's what I'm saying. I'm giving up on pleasing people's ears. I'm giving up on making people feel like, I also have it all together. Yeah. In their eyes, I have it all together. Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. So people will judge me for being like that all throughout. But also, I know there's someone who can relate to what I'm talking about. It's not easy coming from a society where it's almost obvious that things should be done in a conventional way. Like when you get out of school, people expect you to look for a job. But in my heart, I knew I never wanted to be employed. I never wanted to wake up to go build someone else's dream, because I also have my own dreams. Yeah. So when I say I choose to please my heart, when I say I mean I choose to make my heart happy, what I mean is I choose content creation. I may sound crazy, but you know why I love YouTube so much? It's because YouTube gives me a chance to be me. YouTube gives me a chance to create content on my own terms, as opposed to working for a media company, for a radio station, for whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm doing things based on someone else's rules, someone else's ways of thinking. And it's, I know for a fact, it can't, just the thought of it won't make me happy. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just for my own heart, I know for a fact that doesn't make me happy at all. The only thing I've ever done on this earth that has ever made me happy, as small as it may seem, YouTube is that thing. Yeah, YouTube is the only thing that makes me tick. Okay, so when I say I come from a conventional society, I feel like I live in an area, if you're Kenyan, you can understand, honestly, where people, or rather even my own family members, my friends, my relatives, somehow they expect me, or rather they just expect people to do things a certain way. And if you don't, there's this pressure that, you know, they give you, or there's just this elephant inside, the big elephant in the room, that they feel like you need to sort out by looking for that job. But for me, being employed doesn't make me happy. I was employed in 2016 to work somewhere for a while, but that job never made me happy and I quit. Yeah. And that's why I started my YouTube channel. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving up. I'm done with making other people happy and I choose content creation. Yes, my YouTube channel is not that big, but I'm grateful to God to be where I am. I'm grateful to my subscribers for supporting me. I'm grateful to myself for choosing to do this regardless of what any other person thinks. Yeah. So YouTube makes me happy, and I must say that I get excited every day knowing that I can do what makes me happy, genuinely makes me happy. And also, I have good days, I have bad days. Sometimes I get stressed by YouTube for one reason or another, but at least I sleep at night knowing well that I'm being true to myself. Do you relate? Can you guys get my point? Like, are you happy with yourself? Have you gone through what I have at some point where you're kind of scared of just being yourself because of the pressure that is around you in your society, in your family, amongst your friends? Can you really relate? Can you tell me in the comment section, like, am I even making sense in the first place? Yeah, like, do you live in that conventional society where they expect you to do things a certain way, and if you don't, there's a way you look like the black sheep? Yeah, tell me in the comment section. Share with me your experience and let everyone know if this is even a thing in the first place. Yeah, are you really following your dreams? Are you really going for what makes your heart happy regardless of what other people think? Yeah, and I'm not saying that working for, like, getting employed or working in a company is a bad thing. It's not. There are people who do that and they're happy about it and it makes their heart full. But yet again, there are also people who are not cut out for such a life. That's what I mean. My YouTube channel is not that huge, but I'm grateful to God, grateful to myself, grateful to my supporters, my subscribers, my viewers, for being where I am right now. Yeah. So if you can relate to what I'm talking about today, tell me in the comment section. I hope I was able to bring that idea or my thoughts or what is in my heart across to you, like the message you sent home. Yeah, and if you think I'm making sense, tell me in the comment section. Have you faced that? Are you going through that, or you just think I'm talking crap, like I'm just saying crazy things? Yeah, tell me in the comment section, so, and let us know. So if you think this video is awesome, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section, subscribe if you haven't already, and up until the next video, bye bye.